Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. It's Monday, so you know what that means. It's time to buy some more dividend-paying stocks. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video in which I deposit $100 into this account and I split it into 5 companies. So $20 each company. And what we're looking at right now, this is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account. We can see the current balance. We're at $232,000. And we can see over the last week, we're just up a little bit, but let's zoom out a little bit. It's been a little bit ugly, and we can see we've had a drop of 4% over the last month. Let's zoom out to 3 months, and we're up 1.88%. We'll go year to date, 3.83, and let's look at the last year. We should be up even higher. Yeah, so I know it's tough sometimes when we see these market drops where I was as high as, let's see here, close to $245,000, really 243.9, and then it went down, and then we're making a little bit of recovery. So I know when you're in the downward slope, it's really hard. Sometimes you got to zoom out, and we take a look at the last year here, and the portfolio is doing just fine, especially in this higher interest rate environment. I think the Fed needs to add probably 1% more. I know a lot of people are looking for rate cuts. I don't think it's a good idea, but what do I know? I'm not a professional. I'm just a average Joe investor. So let's go ahead and take a look at the activity log. We're going to see the 5 stocks that I selected. Of course, what I'm buying is not investment advice. These are just positions that I chose to add to at this time. And first up is Avista, $20. Kroger, $20. Realty has been really struggling, so buying nearly a half share here with the $20. Yum Brands, $20, and then Aflac is kind of one of those silent ones where you don't hear a lot about them, but the stock appreciates well over, at least historically, and there's really good dividend increases with Aflac. So maybe take a look at AFL. This one's done quite good for me. So what I'm going to show you next is, on top of the buys, we want to see what this did to my dividend income. But first I'm going to jump over to my Google Docs spreadsheet, and I have all of my positions in the portfolio tracked here. And I'll leave a link below to this tracking sheet as well as my M1 pie, so you can see all the positions in my M1 portfolio, the holdings tab here. Real quick, just from largest to smallest. And this portfolio is this $231,000. This is 15% of my total net worth. So most of my investing is in boring ETFs like VTI, VU, and SCHD. So I'm very well diversified, but I like to pick some individual stocks as well as maybe a hobby, and maybe I try to beat the market. Will I do it? Probably not, but it's fun doing it, and I'm making money doing it. So you can see SCHD, that's my largest position, and again, I'll leave a link to the pie below so you can see everything I'm invested in. And this goes again from largest to smallest. We'll see the smallest position in the portfolio is Pinnacle West. You can see at 613. You can see a significant portion of the portfolio is in SCHD. I'm going to bounce back to that Google Sheets I was telling you about. This is my tracker. You're welcome to use it. It's free, and it's pretty cool how you can just copy and paste in. If you use M1 especially, you can just copy in and get your updated number of shares and your cost basis and things like that. You can see it shows the company, the ticker symbol, the share price, uses a simple Google Finance function, and just pulls in the current share price. Here's my average share price. You can see with KKR, I'm nearly doubled my money, almost at 100% there. You can see number of shares I own. It's using a VLOOKUP table in the M1 data tab. You can see that's where it's pulling from. I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes, how it imports that. But it's just with a simple VLOOKUP. And then the market value, it's just taking the C column, the share price, times the number of shares I own. And here's my cost basis. This is another item that's being pulled from a VLOOKUP on the M1 data tab. We're just going to do a copy and paste, really, of what's on the holdings tab. Here's my gain or loss, which with each position, and you can see like an HP. And I think it was last Friday I was down in that one, so it looks like O has recovered a little bit. They probably found out that I was buying more shares and had a little bit of a bump right there. Of course, that's a joke. Let's see what else. Yeah, everything else looks like I'm in the green on, except for HP. So I believe in HP. I think they're a good company, and we'll see. I'll probably be buying some more HP, because you can see there's a disconnect there of what I've bought HP for and what it's at currently. So I can kind of average my cost basis down by investing more in HP. So we can see here's the current dividends per share. These are quarterly, except for a few of my monthly pairs, which are O and BST. I have a variable ones, which is SCHD. Their largest dividends usually paid in the fourth quarter. We had their small dividend payout here in the first quarter of that 61 cents. I think it's going to go up to like 67, 68 cents, I think, in Q2, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes to. Here's the current yield if you're to buy new shares today, and here's the yield on my cost. Take a look at the differential here on Exxon, where if you buy Exxon now, you have 3.13% yield. Not too bad, but look at my yield on cost, because I bought Exxon, my shares to average at $45. You can see it's at $121. So you can see how that's lopsided there with my yield on cost is so positive on that one. And this is very important. I want to know when I'm getting paid, and I add 1 day to these pay dates on most of these because M1 has a 1 day delay. And we can take a look in, we're in the month of April. We're in Q2 month 1, so we're in the light greens. So we have 3 months. We'll go light, medium, and dark on the colors. And we're in April here. We'll just do a quick count up. These are the dividends I've received so far for April, and we have the bulk of them are going to be coming here at the tail end, but $105.69 so far, but a lot more. We can see BST is going to be coming in at the 460-ish range. It's not going to be the 472 because I bought some shares after the ex-dividend date. It's going to be like 465 around there. We'll see though. And here's the total dividends that have been paid out for each position. We can take a look at BST. I've received almost $6,000 in dividends with that investment, but they don't do annual increases like, say, a Cisco. Cisco last February did a 3% increase. I tracked the increase month here. You can see if it's VAR or variable, that means they didn't announce a dividend increase in the last year. Like a company like Oracle seems to do it every 2 years, but I put a VAR on them because the last time they didn't do one on schedule for a year. So hopefully next year they'll do a nice dividend increase for us. I think the last increase was like 20-25% for Oracle. So I'll give them a pass when they're doing dividend increases like that. So I'm going to scroll down here. We can see I was explaining the color key, why I do that for each month. We're in April, so we're in the lights, and we're in the first month of Q2. And you can see here's the total market value of the portfolio if I were to sell everything today. Here's my cost basis. Here's my gain or loss in the total portfolio. And here's my average yield of everything in the portfolio and my average yield on cost as well. Here's what the portfolio pays quarterly. And then I had to do a little table because when I change the dates and sort these items like O and BST, they move around. I can't add them up twice, so I have to do a VLOOKUP on the BST, and I have to add them in twice because they're monthly pairs, and we would be missing 2 months of BST and O if I just add this column. So this is pretty much adding that 485.08 in twice to come up with a total quarterly sum. And I also got it broken down by monthly too. Here's what this portfolio is pulling in each and every month on average, because some months are larger than the others. Most of my dividends are paid in the dark greens, which is March, June, September, December, which is the last month of the quarter, and that's when most companies pay their dividends. So it makes sense that those are my largest paying months. But I come up with a monthly average so I can show the progress every month. Otherwise, it's just going to go up and down all over the place. So I kind of smooth it out with that monthly cash flow average. You can see we're almost making $11,000 annually with this portfolio. And of course, what I do with these dividends is I reinvest them right back into the stock from which it would paid the dividend. So my dividends just keep going up and up. And here I just have a couple links in the sheet. You're welcome to use those too to look up dividend raises and dividend declarations. Here's my strategy. Like I said, I invest $100 per week into this portfolio. Of course, I do other investing into my 401k, and as well as saving cash too. So like I said, dividends reinvested in the company that paid them. If dividends are cut or suspended, I will sell that stock. And here is my strategy. I'm a buy and hold investor. Since SCHD is such a major part of this portfolio, you can see here I'm tracking their quarterly dividends. You can see year over year in Q1 they announced a larger dividend. I did a video on this, and technically they did lower their dividend from Q4 of 2023 from 74 cents to 61, but historically we can see that Q4 is the big time which SCHD pays their big dividend. So it was completely known, no surprises whatsoever. And tracking the dividend increase year over year, you can see a 3.79 increase. We'll see what 2023 to 2024 is. I imagine it's going to be around this. We can see just for the total market, we're at all-time highs still. We're over 1.77% on new highs. And then SCHD has not returned to its high watermark of 82.48. We're at 77.64, which is nice, but we still have almost 6% to go to get back to that 82.48, their all-time high, which has been quite some time. I think it's been a couple of years or close to it now. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update this sheet. I'm going to update those buys, those 5 buys, remember way back when I was talking about those. And what I do is I'm going to paste them into the M1 data tab. And what that's going to do is it's going to change this income. I'm going to write this out here real quick to 894.93. But of course the quarterly and annual is also going to change as well. But I track the monthly cash flow average in the monthly average dividend tracking tab. And you'll see that in just a moment. And we'll go grab that data over here before M1 times out. So I'm going to grab everything from the name column and just scroll down here, and we're just going to do a simple copy and paste. And it's going to update the number of shares, cost basis, and all that over here, and my average cost too as well. So pay special, values only. And again, it's going to only update those 5 because those 5 stocks I chose, those values changed. SCHD did not change. You can see the shares, cost basis, and average. But for those 5 different stocks where I bought those will change. And those are automatically updated right now. Let's go over to the dividend portfolio tab. And we can see we are at 895.23. Remember, we were at 894.93. So we'll delete that. We'll carry over this 895.23. And for anything I do as far as like buys or things like that, what I do is I update it on this sheet. Putting in today's date, we'll carry over the value before the buy, the 894.93. We're up to 895.23, and we'll find out what the differential was. So added 30 cents of additional dividend income with that $100 buy. So there we go. There's the $100 deposit right there. And what that did with those companies where I bought more shares, we'll go up to one of those and we'll take a look at it, like Avista, Kroger, O. And what it does is it's added a little bit more to them. So the next time I get paid by O in May, in the middle of May, it'll be $12.30 instead of that $12.14. And the same is going to be true of the other positions where I bought. Same with Yum, going to be $6.77. Of course, we didn't track what those were before, but it's going to go up by, like Kroger is probably $4.33 before. Have to go back and look, but it's just going to add a nickel, just a small amount. Same with Aflac, getting close to that $9 mark with Aflac. You can see $8.82 is the last dividend it paid. You can see how those dividends just keep going up and up and up every quarter as I buy more shares and I reinvest those dividends. So we've covered that tab. Let's go to the next tab, the Dividend Tracker tab. And I've been investing into this portfolio in buying dividend stocks since January 2021. The starting portfolio value when I was doing these videos was $18,700. You can see the dividends for January 2021. Let's scroll down and we can see now that for the big months, remember I talked about the March, June, September, and December. Those months are paying well over $1,000, and then the smaller months are paying the $500 to $600. So we'll see what we wind up with in April. So subscribe to the channel so you'll see that video. I will show you proof of all the dividends that I received. I'll show you in the M1 log that those are paid to me instead of just reading them off in a spreadsheet. I'll show you the actual proof that I'm getting those. So this tracks also the dividends paid. I break it down by quarter as well, and it looks like we had a slight decrease in Q1 2024 compared to Q4 2023, and the reason for that is SCHD had a lower dividend in Q1, but that's going to rebound back. Don't worry, that 1.43% is going to be recovered, and it's going to rebound, and we're going to get that money back. And it's going to go even higher and higher. So we can see the annual dividends as well. In the first year of tracking this, $659, and then $2,800 in 2022. In 2023, I got over $10,000. So we'll see what I get in 2024. Be nice to get like 11,000, 12,000. We'll see what I get here. You can see the average monthly dividend. I've been taking the quarterly dividends and then dividing them by 3 to come up with that average. You can see I was up to a high watermark here of 928 until SCHD lowered their dividend. You can see that resulting minus 40 right there, but I expect that to rebound and some. We're going to get above that 928 here probably this summer. And then by December, I'm hoping to get around the $1,000 mark. We'll see. Of course, it'll drop then in March, February, March, when SCHD announces their new dividend in Q1 2025. Same thing's going to happen. Going to have that temporary drop, but that's expected. We can see the monthly increase so far just with my deposits. We're up to $400 now I've put in. That was the so for every Monday, we've had 4 Mondays so far in April. That's at $400, but I've added $7.02 of monthly dividend income just with the $400, and we can see a month-over-month gain of 0.79%, and then $10,742, and I've added $84.24 to that annual income. And we've covered that. We'll go, lastly, we'll go to my total net worth. Like I said, the dividend portfolio, that's 15% of my net worth. I have a Vanguard account, I have an IRA, a small Roth, a taxable brokerage account, and you can see I've invested in it here, and these are just boring index funds, total stock market S&P funds, also total international bond, total international stock market, things like that. very boring things, but they're effective for building wealth. And you can see the bulk of what I'm investing in my 401k with my current employer is a boring S&P 500 index. And then same with M1 Finance. I have a large IRA there as well, over $600,000 there. And here's my dividend portfolio right here, the 232. Here's my emergency fund, 74.5. And then Capital One, just moving money in and out, paying bills. Here's my home value. And then I subtract that out with, this is my mortgage. And I come up with a total net worth of $1.5 million. And of course, this goes up and down. I was getting close to the 1.6, and then the drop over the last month, you can see it's gone down to 1.528. And we'll see though. It'll go up, it'll go down, could go back to 1.4, 1.3. You never know. I'm so heavily invested in stocks that is a distinct possibility. I'm aware of it, and it wouldn't shock me. So, or it could go up to 1.6, 1.7 in short order as well. So, but we'll see. But thanks for sticking to the end of this video. If you got value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so you do not miss future videos. Let me know in the comments below what you are buying this Monday. Everyone have a great week, and everybody take care.